Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle. It's the predictions again. Championship predictions is now at week 21 as we predict all the midweek games in the championship for this week. I'll be joined by Football Martin as we go through each prediction. Guys, we want your predictions as well. Get involved as always in the show. And yeah, a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. And the relegation battle, I mean, some would say Sheffield Wednesday were way off, but now they've all of a sudden picked some wins up. Leicester and Ipswich still going at it at the top. The playoffs, I mean, you know, it's getting interesting week by week now, isn't it? But first, guys, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already and you're new to the channel tonight, please hit the subscribe button. Let's see who's in then. Ailey Love, how are you? Luke, how are you, mate? Let's go, Martin. When the Saints go, Martin in. Hello. Good evening, Michael. How are you, mate? Hope you're good. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Scott. How are you, mate? Callum's in as well. How are you, Callum? Let me just get rid of that. Right then. Let me invite my guest in tonight, Mr. Football Martin. And yeah, let's get started. So how are you, my friend?
All right, Jack. I'm good, buddy. How are you? You good?
I'm all right. David, how are you, pal? So then, Martin, tell everyone where they can find you and what you do.
Yeah, you can find me at Football Martin _ TikTok, YouTube, all the usual platforms. You will find me majority talking about Southampton, but I'm doing a bit of championship bits as well now. So loads of championship chat. Saying that my team's in the championship, I think the main focus needs to be on the championship. So that is where I'm at, mate. You can find me on all the major channels.
Yep. Martin, let's talk about the weekend first. Let's get through some of the results. Leicester, Ipswich, and Leeds all won at the weekend. Leeds beating Blackburn. Leicester thrashing Plymouth. Ipswich went away to Borough and picked up a 2-0 win. Southampton, on the other hand, though, in the top four, they drew late on with Watford. I mean, what did you make of the top four's results at the weekend?
Well, Southampton were the only side that slipped up, really, weren't they? They were the side that let it down. Really, I was really disappointed with our game. Really, it was a late goal that we conceded as well, and they didn't look like we were in any danger of conceding a goal against them. Really, if I'm totally honest. I thought Saints were pretty dominant through the majority of the game, but they're just not clinical enough at the moment. So really disappointed to walk away from Vicarage Road dropping 2 points when Ipswich and Leeds and Leicester have won. It does feel like a bit of a defeat, but the championship games come thick and fast. You can't dwell on it because we've got a game at Coventry City on Wednesday night. And it's every game's huge when you're in that chasing pack, which we are. There's a 10-point gap between Southampton and Ipswich now. So we need them to step up now, really. Yeah, Southampton fans, we're on a 12-game unbeaten run, but we're probably just not scoring enough goals right now, and that's probably our downfall, if I'm truthfully honest with you.
Yep. 4th to 5th seems to be pulling away a bit, doesn't it? If you look at the playoffs. You don't talk about 5th and 6th, Martin. Hall's still in there. They obviously slipped up at QPR at the weekend. Then you talk about West Bromwich Albion. They slipped up at Sunderland. Cardiff, you know, they're keeping cool, aren't they, at the minute under Errol Buller? I mean, they're playing their football quite well, Cardiff. They went and beat Millwall 1-0 at the weekend. What do you make to the 5th and 6th spots, Martin? Who kind of like, do you feel like in with them chances? How far do you go down the table with them sort of teams?
Well, Hull was still in it, even with that defeat at QPR, which was a shock defeat, but they had a lot of injuries. Hull, Philogene off at half time, missing loads of key men. Wasn't like it was like a massive shock because of just the injuries they had, and QPR in a bit of form, but they're still in it. Preston, they're in ninth. They're still in it. Watford, who hosts midweek, they sit 10th on 28 points. They're not far off the playoffs. They're right in, within a really good touching distance of it. Middlesbrough, Norwich, you probably say down to 13th. They're all in touching distance to the playoffs. And that's how tight this division is. Anybody can beat anyone. It's a cliche. We talk about it every week here on the show, but it is a horrifically relentless league, isn't it? I think Daniel Parker come out today and said the Premier League's the best league in the world, but the Championship is probably the most competitive in the world. And it's just so intense, isn't it? We know because we're watching our teams playing it every week.
Yep. Then we look at the teams at the bottom, Martin. QPR winning again.
They're doing really well.
Sheffield Wednesday, they won again very late on. They seem to be a late show from Sheffield Wednesday as of late. Rotherham still remain to struggle. Huddersfield still picking up points. What do you make of Sheffield Wednesday and QPR?
I think Sheffield Wednesday are probably dead and buried. They've only got 13 points from 20 games. I think they're really struggling. They're way cut at the moment. But QPR, we said a few weeks ago when Marti Cifuentes went in there, we thought that it could be a masterstroke by them because since this guy's gone in there, he's really turned them round. They're 2 points from getting themselves out of it now. So they're 2 points behind Huddersfield and they host Plymouth Argyle on Wednesday night at Loftus Road. Stoke City have got pulled into it. They've obviously sacked their manager, Alex Neil, this weekend. Millwall were well and truly in it. They've not had a new manager bounce at all. They're right in it. And then you say Birmingham City, they're sliding rapidly quick under Rooney. They're 23 points. You look at QPR, they're down in 22nd with 19 points. So you would say Birmingham are getting dragged right into this relegation dogfight, mate.
Yeah, one win in 9 for Wayne Rooney since taking over as Birmingham City boss. Not one you want to lose, is it, on the Friday night football? I was talking to Spyro and he said Birmingham were poor. That's as way as he put it. He said Birmingham were poor, and then I spoke to my mate Dave, who went in the Friday night as well, and he said, where was Birmingham on Friday night? There was obviously chance of you getting sacked in the morning. Some came from the Birmingham fans. Obviously, Coventry were doing it as well, weren't they? But talking about managers, Martin, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in at Rotherham, and 1 out at Stoke City.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at Alex Neil's second, I've got to be honest. They've been in some dire form when they Stoke City. Like we just said, they're getting sucked right into the relegation dogfight now. It'd be interesting to see who they give the job to there, but it's not worked out for them. They've had a pretty poor return of results as of late. They went on a little run and you thought, maybe they've just turned it around, but it's only a 16-month spell for Alex Neil in charge of Stoke City. They're 2 points off the bottom 3. They've lost 4 league games in a row now. First time they've done that since September 2009. There was no shock, mate, in that one at all. And they've got a tough game midweek against another side that are managerless in Swansea. So there's a few teams that are chopping and changing managers now. Everybody's looking iron up those playoff spaces. Everybody wants to be in with a chance, don't they? It's a brutal game, isn't it? Football.
It is. Right, Martin, we're going to go on to week 21 of the fixtures. Guys, as always, get your predictions in. We're going to go through game by game. Obviously, some are on Tuesday, some are on Wednesday. But we're going to get them all done. Martin, we'll start at Ewood Park. Blackburn Rovers, who haven't won in their last 2 games, losing to Sheffield Wednesday. They've obviously lost to Leeds as well, haven't they? Bristol City, though, they picked up a point at the weekend against Huddersfield. How do you see this game going? Obviously, John Dalton-Masson will be back on the touchline for Blackburn after serving his ban. What do you make of the Blackburn-Bristol City game? Which way do you see it going? What's the stats, Martin? That's what I want to know.
I think it'll go Blackburn's way. I've got to be honest. I think they will bounce back. 2 defeats on the spin for them. They're still 2 points off the playoff spot, so they've had an up and down season. We know that, but Bristol City, they're in and out of form, aren't they? New manager Liam Manning. He admitted half time at the weekend that he was disappointed and he wanted to get more out of his side, but they just couldn't get a result the weekend. Was it 1-1 the weekend, their result?
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Not the greatest result, but yeah, their problem scoring goals, isn't it, Bristol City? And I don't think that they're a side that are going to score loads of goals in this one. But you got to look at Sammy Smodic, mate. He's an inspiration at the moment. No doubt that he'll probably score midweek. And the hot stat in this one, Birmingham have seen a league high 15 of their 20 champions. Blackburn have seen their league high 15 of their 20 championship matches this season produce more than 2.5 goals in a game. So there will be goals at Blackburn. They do score goals. Smodic is the main man in this game, you would say. Can they push on Blackburn and push those playoff places, mate? But I'm going to go with a Blackburn win in this. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Blackburn win in this game.
2-0 Blackburn.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Martin, with you saying the 2.5, 2.5 goal ratio thing, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Blackburn. I think Bristol City will score. Like you say, they don't score many goals, but they can score goals. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, I fancy Smodic to beat the double on a Tuesday night. And, I'm gonna go 2-1.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game.
Quite a few people have got 2-1s. Dave, Eddie, Luke, he's got 2-1 there as well. Callum's gone 2-1 Blackburn. I mean, yeah, I don't think it'd be harsh even if you did go for them sort of scores, to be fair. The next one, Martin, is Huddersfield Town, who have picked up some form as of late. They place a Preston side who, talk to me about Preston. I mean, yeah, I think they've won 2 in their last so many games.
Yeah, Huddersfield, they've picked up a little bit of form. Preston had such a good start to the season. 2 teams both picked up a point each Saturday, didn't they? Go head-to-head at John Smith's. 21st still Huddersfield Town. So, they'll be looking for another win against Preston. And I kind of fancy him in this one. I don't know why. I just think I don't know. I just think Darren Moore's got them going a little bit at the moment, and they've got a bit of resilience more so than they did have. Preston's 0-0 draw at Norwich City wasn't a bad result though, Jack. When you look at it, because you think Norwich have just, I just thought that Norwich might have edged that one at the weekend. I think I had Norwich now down for a victory at the weekend, but I'm going to go with Huddersfield winning this one against Preston, mate. Alex Brown appears to be crucial for Preston North End though. He's the main man. They've not won a game without him scoring or assisting since September the 16th. He's found the net. He found the net in their last away win at Blackburn last month. Huddersfield have gone 1-0 up during the first half of each of the last 3 games as well, Jack. But I am going to go with a Huddersfield win. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Huddersfield win, though. I don't think there'll be loads of goals in this one.
No, for me, I think this will be tight. I think both sides are on the struggling end in the Championship. If you look at the forms in the last 13 games, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go for Ryan Lowe's Preston in this one, Martin. They've got to get back to winning ways at some point. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 win. I don't think there'll be many goals even in this game, to be fair, between the two sides. They'll obviously try and cancel each other out as much as they can, but I think this one's got like a 1 goal in the game either way. So yeah, I'm gonna back Preston for an away win. Next one, Martin, we go to the New York Stadium. Rotherham United take on West Bromwich Albion. West Brom, 2 defeats in their last 2. Last time on the road, they lost against Sunderland. Wasn't the greatest performance from West Bromwich Albion. Rotherham United, though, they picked up more points at home this season than they have away. They're quite a side who can be very frustrating to play at the New York Stadium. They can pick up points. I think for this one, struggling Rotherham. I'm going to go 2-0 West Brom. I think West Brom get back to winning ways in this one. What's the stats in this one then, Martin, regarding this fixture?
I think it'd be an interesting one, Jack, this one. I'm kind of... it's another one. Which way will it go, though? But I think West Bromwich Albion, mate, I think they've had too much for Rotherham. I really do. Brendan Thomas Asante demonstrated why he has a really strong contention to start this game. He came off the bench and scored at Sunderland at the weekend. He's directly contributed to 7 goals for West Brom after half-time this season. He scored 5, assisted in 2. So he's a good player. I like Thomas Asante. I think he's a strong, big striker. He gets his head on things, doesn't he? There's something about him that I really like. West Brom failed to win or keep a clean sheet on their last 6 outings to Yorkshire, though. That's the interesting stat. But West Brom, though, it's interesting this as well. They developed a bad habit of conceding defensive goals after the 75th minute in games. They allowed Southampton, Leicester and Sunderland all to take the spoils. So late on in games is something that he'd be looking to rectify. That is for sure, mate.
Chance conversation, chance to conversion rate, top 3 in the Championship, Thomas Asante. Yeah. It makes for an interesting one, obviously. Is it Liam Richardson? Is it now the Rotherham manager? Obviously, he'll want to get the points on the board in his first game. He obviously got announced today as their new boss.
It's been a month since they sacked Matt Taylor as well, and it's been a long month, isn't it, since they sacked him?
It's been a while. But West Brom, they've got quality in that squad, haven't they, who can hurt teams.
Still 5th, aren't they, West Brom as well? They're still in a really good position. I'm going 3-0 West Brom in this game. I think they're big goals.
You're going 3-0. Next one, Martin. We head to the bet seat 365. Managerless Stoke City. Paul Gallagher will take charge of this game for Stoke. Swansea City, though, Alan Sheehan. He's going to the bet 365 with Swansea side for this game. Swansea themselves, I mean, they've been better away from home, haven't they, than they have at home this season, Swansea.
Yeah, they're a lot better away.
I think this Stoke side, they're vulnerable, aren't they? I mean, like you say, they're slipping down the table. They're very goal shy at the minute, to be fair to them. Losing against Sheffield Wednesday wasn't the plan. But, I think Alex Neil rightfully deserved to lose his job, to be fair, on the run that there was on. But how do you go with this one, Martin? Stoke versus Swansea?
I'll go Stoke. Go with Swansea, against Stoke. Hot stat in this one, no team has scored fewer first half championship goals at home this season in the championship other than Stoke. They've netted fewer than anyone, only 4 goals that they've scored in the first half of games this season. So they're not exactly a team that are free-flowing, are they? Swansea, though, like you said, they're far better on the road than they are at home. They've won 4 of their last 6 championship away fixtures. They've lost 2, scoring the first goal in 5 of them, Jack, as well. So, like you said, they are far, far better away. They're still managerless, aren't they, as well, at the moment? They've still not brought a manager in. So it'd be interesting to see who does go in there. But they did get a decent result with the weekend, 2-1 victory. Their main man, they're saying, is Charlie Patino. He netted both of Swansea's last 2 games. Could be dangerous in this game. He could be. All his goals have come after this. 3 of his goals this time have all come in the 65th minute as well. Interesting stat. So fancy Swansea in this. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Swansea win in this game.
2 ex-Foxes go at it this weekend. Former Leicester winger Paul Gallagher and former fullback Alan Sheehan. So, 2 ex-Foxes go at it this weekend. Stoke v Swansea. There's one for Leicester fans who obviously watched Paul Gallagher and Alan Sheehan at Leicester. Both now into coaching and that, you know what I mean? So, all the best to them both. I'm going for a 2-1 Swansea win, Martin, in this one. I think Swansea win this one. Charlie Patino, is it? He seems to be the man for Swansea at the minute. So, yeah, I think he'll add to the goals at the bet 365. Next one, Martin, we head to Vicarage Road. Watford take on Ipswich. I mean, a Watford side, I believe, have only lost 1 in their last 10 at home. They take on an Ipswich side who, yeah, they're really challenging Leicester for the title at the minute, aren't they, Martin? If you look at the top of the table clash. But yeah, they go to Watford this midweek. A Watford side were not shy of winning it, Vicarage Road. They drew with Southampton very late on. Obviously, Ipswich in their last away game, they beat Middlesbrough 2-0 quite comfortably, to be fair. How do you see this one go? See, this one's a big game, isn't it? Obviously, Watford, they've got eyes on the playoff spots, haven't they? Ipswich have got eyes on the Premier League at this minute in time, categorically speaking. So, what are the stats in this one, Martin, before we give our scores?
I think they're in for a far harder game, Ipswich, than what they had the weekend against Middlesbrough. And that's no disrespect to Middlesbrough. There are 10 players missing, 10 first-team players missing the weekend. It was a really good result for them. Kieran McKenna came out afterwards and he labelled it the complete away performance for the Tractor Boys. They've taken 21 points from a possible 30 on the road. They are decent home and away. This is a side that got great momentum, but they will come up against a really hard working side in Watford. They're well organised. I was impressed with them at the weekend. Look, they can absorb pressure and they will have to absorb a lot more pressure against Ipswich than they would have done Southampton. They're a bit more free-flowing, Ipswich. But the players to watch, Watford's top goal scorer, Arajovic, he's 7 goals. He has 3 in the last 3 home games as well, all of which have come in the first half.
Yep.
8 of the last 10 head-to-head at Vicarage Road have ended with an odd number of goals scored. So I might need to change my score prediction because I think I went with 3-1, I think, in this one.
What was the stat, Martin? Sorry.
Say again, sorry. The head-to-head stat.
You went a bit quiet, you did.
Sorry, mate, it might cut out. There's a bit of an internet cut out there. It's in 8 of the last 10 head-to-heads at Vicarage Road between these two sides have ended with an odd number of goals scored.
Yeah.
So it won't be a 2-2 or a 1-1, you wouldn't think. I think Ipswich edge it, mate. I just think they'll have too much for Watford, but I'm going to go with 3-0 Ipswich, a convincing 3-0. I just think the momentum with them at the moment. They haven't had loads of injuries yet, have they? Ipswich neither.
No, they're in a sort of fixture thingy now, aren't they? Some difficult fixtures. It's how you let your business do the talking on the pitch. Obviously, they're doing that at the minute. Watford is a very hard game. For
1 defeat in 10 for Watford as well. 1 defeat in 10.
I don't see it being a game like at the weekend where Middlesbrough got 10 injuries and Ipswich go and win that quite comfortably. Watford are no pushovers at home, Martin. There wasn't against Southampton. Do you get what I mean? So Watford are going to fancy their chances. Obviously, Ipswich are far better at home than they are away. I mean, they do concede goals away from home. So I think this one will be a tight-knitted game. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a draw. I think that'll be my first draw of the midweek.
It'd be a nice draw if Southampton could go and get a result at Coventry, that's for sure.
I think you bloody need it, Martin, with obviously all the teams at the minute are going to want each other to slip apart. The Leeds are going to want Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton, and then Ipswich will want Leicester and Southampton and Leeds, and, vice versa. Martin, the next one we do go to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland versus Leeds. What's the stats in this one, mate?
Well, I fancy Leeds, mate. Sunderland, great result for them at the against West Brom at the weekend, but I think Leeds look like the side that will probably just grab that second spot if Ipswich slip up. That's how it looks to me. So the statistics in this one, Leeds have lost 8 of their last 10. Leeds may put the rates on Sunderland, who have lost 8 of their last 10 home league head-to-heads against the Yorkshire club. So they'll be the favourites in this one, that's for sure. What other statistics we got? Dan James, he's been in really good form for Leeds. The lads tell us in the WhatsApp group as well. He's netted 3 in 3 successive games, but never in 4, though. He's never done 4 in a row. Leeds have failed to win 5 of their last 7 championship away games as pre-match favourites. I didn't know that. 1-2, drawn 2, and lost 3. Jack Clarke, he's still leading the way for Sunderland, though, with 10 championship goals. He's created a league high of 44 chances in open play this term as well. But he's only managed 1 assist. But it'd be an interesting game, this one. I think it'd be a really interesting game. But I do think Leeds will have too much for him, though, Jack.
Did Jack Clarke used to play for Leeds?
Believe it. Yes, he did, yeah. I believe he did, yeah. Former Leeds man, Jack Clarke, yeah.
Jack Clarke against his former club. I mean, yeah, I'd want to get one over on a one here. I know the boys are on about Leeds' second kit. I mean, you know, they was on about that in the chat earlier that Leeds don't do well when they wear the second kit. Is it the purple kit? Is it the one that wore against Rotherham away? They drew win. Yeah, so they're blaming the kit. Evening all, sorry, a bit late. This one for me, you know, Sunderland still looking for a new manager, aren't they? A lot of people being linked with a job. Sunderland, you know, quite comfortably beat West Brom at the weekend. They'll look to build on that. They'll have some confidence going into this game. They take on a Leeds side who beat Blackburn Rovers last time out, 2-0.
They're buoyant. They're very buoyant.
Jack Clarke against his former club for me. I think he'll score in this game. But I'm going to go 2-1 to the visitors. 2-1 Leeds.
Jack, it's mad to think of 41 points this time a year ago would have seen Leeds in the automatic promotion spots at this stage. But because you guys and Ipswich have been so good, it's like it's made it so difficult because you've been so relentless. But yeah, they can't afford to take their eye off the ball, Leeds, that's for sure. Just got to keep winning. Like Southampton, you've got to keep getting results.
There was a stat I read. Leicester and Ipswich have picked up the most points after 20 games in a championship season. Leicester's got what they've got, 49, I think it is. Ipswich got 48. So, yeah, you know, Leicester and Ipswich have broken the record, haven't they, for the most points after 20 games. In championship history, Martin,
unbelievable.
Like them did Southampton, did smashed it 5-0. Guys, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already. Please do so. Go subscribe to Football Martin. Obviously, Martin's showing this on his channel as well. So, yeah, go show Martin some love. Let's have a look. Ipswich fan in. Kieran McKenna's Blue and White Army. Hello, Ipswich Town FC Alex. Sunderland to draw 2-2. Interesting one. Let's have a look at the last one. Callum's talking about Sunderland. Next one, Martin, we move to the Wednesday night games. Cardiff City versus Birmingham City. What do you reckon to this one, Martin? How do you think this one will go?
Birmingham have conceded 2+ goals in 8 of their last 9 away games. So you know that they're going to concede goals, and they've got travel sickness as well. And it was the case before Rooney arrived as well. They travelled to South Wales looking to avoid suffering a 9th successive championship defeat on the road. They are awful away from home, the Blues. But he's not having a good time, Rooney, is he? It's just gone all downhill since he took over there. And I think he's under some pretty big pressure now, don't you? Do you think he survived, Jack, Rooney?
I'm talking to my mate the other day. He said he'll back Rooney till he's sacked. But I said to him, inside, you must be annoyed. To only win one game in your 9 games in charge, I mean, that says something that clearly is not bloody good enough for the job, if I'm honest with you. I mean, you've seen... I don't see him lasting until the end of the season if things are going to carry on the way they are. I know it's a long-term project and they say Rooney's the man for the job, but is he? Is he the man for the job? Have you just gambled with this one? I mean,
Yeah, I
It
believe
looks like
so.
a right gamble at the minute. It don't look like they've actually thought about it and thought, well, we could have actually got a manager who's could have settled in better and gone for a manager who knows this league quite well. Obviously, Rooney, obviously he left Derby, then he went to DC United in the MLS. It just doesn't look like anything's getting better from Martin Birmingham. They're conceding goals like it's no one business. I know they beat Sheffield Wednesday at home, but you've then gone and drew with Rotherham after and then lost to Coventry. I mean, how does Rooney go and improve this Birmingham side, really, to be honest? It don't look like this is going to go, they're improving at
Since he
all.
took over, am I right in saying that they've only got 5 points from his 9 games as the manager? It's dreadful. When he came in, they were in such a good position. They were flying. They're 4 points off the relegation zone now. They're getting sucked in it. I said at the top of the show, I thought that they'd get sucked in it, and they are. They will get sucked in it. I don't see him getting any joy against Cardiff in this one.
No.
I really don't. Dembele is the only player for Birmingham that's scored twice in a game all season. They just don't score enough goals, do they? So I don't know. I think Cardiff lost. They got a good record against them as well. Cardiff got a decent record against them, mate, as well. Draw. I haven't got it here in front of me, but I saw it earlier. They've got a decent record. I'd fancy Cardiff in this one. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Cardiff win, Jack, in this game.
Yeah, this one's a very difficult against Birmingham. If they thought Coventry were going to be difficult,
Really
this
tough.
one's going to be even harder. Yeah. I mean, you go into the Cardiff City Stadium, and then you asking yourself, are we actually going to go and win this game? You're talking about Cardiff, they're playoff hopefuls. They're in some fine football this season under Errol Bullitt. They are not even far off the playoffs, are they, Cardiff? I mean, they're playing some good stuff. They're playing really well at home. They keep picking up them wins. They beat Millwall 1-0. Cardiff are not to be messed around with, Martin. They're not to be taken for granted of or anything like that. They're doing their football with purpose, and I think that's what Errol Bullitt wanted. He wanted them to really go and strut their stuff this season and prove that they are good enough to compete. And that's something he's drilled into them players. They look a completely different side this season than they did last season. So for me, I can see this going one way, and I'm going to go 2-0 to the Bluebirds.
Yeah,
Looking forward to Brum, as is Jamie Vardy. I mean, that game's coming up a week's time. Birmingham versus Leicester, Rooney versus Vardy. I mean, it's a week away, so we've not got long till that happens. It is live on Sky Sports as well, so looking forward to that one. But obviously, we've got a game first to get past, and then more focus on Wayne Rooney and Jamie Vardy going at it. Martin, the next one, mate, is your boys, Coventry versus Southampton. Southampton conceded late on against Watford in the week. Coventry picked up a 2-0 win, though, at home to Birmingham. How do you see this one going for your Saints side, Martin? Can Armstrong take you to victory in this game at the Rico or the CBS, whatever you want to call it?
Well, we'll have to be a lot better than we were Saturday, but typically we play Coventry when they start to find a bit of form. That 2-0 win at the week Friday night. I say the weekend. It was Friday night. It's got them on a bit of form. I think it was their third win in 4 championship games. So they are just starting to settle down. But 4 of Coventry's last 5 matches have seen them keep a clean sheet as well, with only Ipswich Town able to breach their defence in that period as well. Southampton have netted 13 goals in the opening 25 minutes in the 23-24 season so far. Is that only a figure that's been beaten by Ipswich, 14, going into this round of games. But like I said, at the top of the show, was 12 games unbeaten at the moment, won 8, drawn 4, and it goes back to September when we were last beaten. It's the longest current streak of any team in the EFL at the moment. So they're unbeaten, but I do fear going there a little bit because they're really hard work inside this lot, and they will give us a tough game. But the statistic to come out of this one, as a player for Norwich City and Wilsall, and Walsall, the visitors' manager, Russell Martin, has never lost against Wednesday's opponents, winning 4 of his 5 head-to-heads against them. He's drawn once against them as well. Haji Wright, he'd be the man that I'd probably be looking at as their danger man. He's missed more big chances than any other player in the Championship this season so far. But Adam Armstrong, he's the second highest scorer, as you said. He scored 5 and he's been assisting loads as well. He's found the net 4 times in the final 15 minutes of games as well. Saints would make it, I believe. They've won the last 4 games against them as well, against Coventry. So they could make it 5 consecutive wins against Coventry if they win this game.
You've jinxed it now, Martin. Well done, mate.
I know, massively.
No, this one's a tough game for Coventry, in it, as well as tough game for Southampton. I mean, Haji Wright, like you say, big chances. It does show that they can create enough chances. It's Haji Wright taking them that matters for Cov.
I've got one more statistic for you, actually, Jack. I've got one more statistic for you in this. Southampton, they haven't won any of their last 21 matches in all competition, drawn 3 and lost 18 after conceding the opening goal. So I wouldn't want us conceding the opening goal in this one.
Well, there you are, Martin. Thanks a lot,
stat
mate.
For you.
No, Adam Armstrong's banging them in. I think Haji Wright and Armstrong will be having the chances for both sides in the midweek game. But, Saints are unbeaten in 12. Can they make it unbeaten in 13 and extend that run? I'm going to go where Saints win, Martin. I think Southampton will win this one for me. I think they'll keep a clean sheet. I know you don't really keep many clean sheets, but I'll go with one anyway. I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton. Armstrong at the double.
Well, thanks for the 2-0. I think it's going to be tight. I think Cov will definitely score against us. I have that feeling. I think, do you know what? My gut instinct says it'll probably end up being a draw, but I've got to try and be positive. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Saints win. Sets us up nicely for a big game down at St Mary's against Jolly Ollie's Blackburn Rovers on Saturday.
Yeah, the thing is with Southampton, these are the games they've got to win if they want to get promoted. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You've got to beat sides below you. Absolutely.
Right, Martin, we're going to go to the Wednesday night game at the King Power Stadium. The league leaders take on Millwall. Leicester City won 4-0 at the weekend against Plymouth. We thrashed Plymouth, to be fair. But credit to Plymouth, they did come and give it a go. Their fans were excellent, Plymouth. Credit to them, the 3,000 that travelled at the weekend. They take on a Millwall side, Martin. I mean, it's not been sitting pretty at the Den, has it, for Millwall as of late? New manager as well. It hasn't really gone great for him. Leicester, though, I mean, we're quite strong at home in the league.
Really good.
But they want to obviously build on the two wins that they've had, the back-to-back wins that they've had against West Brom and Plymouth. Millwall, though, I think Millwall are one of them sides who's going to come and sit deep in the week. They're going to come in, try and hit us on the counter-attack, I think, quite numerous of times, cause us some problems. But I think Leicester will see this one through quite comfortably, to be fair for me.
Absolutely.
Mavididi scored 2 the other day. I mean, he's now picking up some confidence going into this game. You look at the Harry Winkses, Dewsbury Halls, Wilfred and Ndidi's, they're key players for this game for me. What are the stats in this game, Martin? I mean, what's been said?
Well, it's all Leicester, really. Players to watch, obviously, Mavididi. I like Mavididi. He got a brace at the weekend, takes his championship tally to 5 goals now, right in saying that? He's doing well, isn't he? Their main man is it Fleming?
Zane Fleming, is it?
Zane Fleming, yeah. It could be their danger man, as his last 3 league goals have all come on the road. None of the last 13 head-to-head against Millwall have ended level. Leicester have won 6 and lost 7. But I think you'll beat them. I think you'll have way too much for them. I really do. But
So they've got a good record against us then.
But the Foxes, they're chasing history against Millwall at the King Power. They look to become the joint quickest side to reach 50 points in England's second tier since the division was rebranded in 2004.
Madness. I believe we can be Ipswich and Leicester if they both win in the week. They could both become the two sides in Championship history to grab 50 points. I believe Reading and Co, they did it in 23 games. If Leicester do it, they've done it in 21 games. So they've done it with 2 games to spare. So Leicester could break history on Wednesday night by doing so. And so can Ipswich. I believe I watched that on Benjamin Bloom's channel when he was on about hot takes for the game. He's gone for Leicester and Ipswich to do so. But no, like I say, you can't overlook Millwall at all by any stretch of the imagination. Tricky game it is. We knew what it was like when we played Sheffield Wednesday, Martin. Everyone expected us to go and batter Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be one of them games, to be honest. Not too much pressure then, Martin. But no, I do expect
I think you'll put a goals past them
to win quite comfortably. We've got the quality in the team to do so. We've just got to do it. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Leicester win.
Yeah, I'm going 4-0, Jack. I'm going 4-0 Leicester in this. I just think you're having way too much for them.
Yep.
Sorry to any Millwall fans tuning in. I'm sure there's not loads, but that's my thoughts on that.
Well, I'll be talking to Millwall tomorrow night, so I'm sure I'll mention your name, Martin.
Don't mention me. They come off, yeah.
Martin, next game is Norwich versus Sheffield Wednesday. A Sheffield Wednesday side who's unbeaten in their last 3 games. Norwich, though, are one of them who can blow hot and cold, aren't they, under David Wagner. A game that Norwich need to win, to be fair to them. But Sheffield Wednesday will be no pushovers now. They'll have their tails up in this game. 7 points in their last 3 games picked up. They're going to be with huge confidence going into this game to say, you know what, well, why can't we go and beat Norwich? I mean, they did it to Stoke and Co. Got points against Leicester, and even beat Blackburn quite comfortably, Martin. So, they'll say, you know what, why not? We'll go and give it a good go. And, I think Sheffield Wednesday, for me, will go and do that in this game. They'll go and make it tricky for Norwich at Carrow Road. What are the stats in this game, Martin? I mean, how does this one go before we give our scores?
Well, the Canaries, their home form's gone from like one extreme to the other, hasn't it? Because their last 2 have witnessed just 1 goal, while the 3 prior to that saw a whopping 12 goals. So they have gone from one extreme to the other. He's obviously playing it a bit safe at the moment because he was worried about probably losing his job, wasn't he? David Wagner, he was just they had to shut up shop because they were just letting too many goals in. I know Sheffield Wednesday don't travel that well. I know they got their first away win of the season at the weekend, but I don't know. I think Norwich will have too much for them. Ashley Barnes, I believe he's fit again for this one. He awaits his first strike since his return from injury. And a goal with him is a good omen, Jack, because he hasn't been on the losing side when scoring in an appearance since August 2019, won 13 and drawn 4. So Norwich fans will be hoping for a goal from Ashley Barnes. The hot stat, there have only been 3 goals scored across the opening 14 minutes of Sheffield Wednesday's away league games this term. I don't think they get a result there. I really don't. But the other statistic was I don't think Sheffield Wednesday won back-to-back games since around 2009, I think it was, I saw. It was something crazy. It was crazy. 2019. It was 2019. I thought it was. Wrote it down earlier. They haven't won back-to-one championship away games since September 2019, Sheffield Wednesday. And they won't get, I don't see them getting a result in this game.
What are you going for, Martin?
Well, I'm looking at our WhatsApp group to see what I put as the score prediction earlier because I can't remember what I put down, but I'm going to go. You give your score while I quickly grab mine, Jack.
I tell you what, I'm going for an away win.
Are you?
That's going to be my shock result of this of this prediction show. I always like to put them in there. I'm going to go 1-0 to the Owls in this one, a 1-0 win.
Well, I'm going 2-1 Norwich. I think Norwich will have too much.
Fantastic. Martin, we're going to go to Begovic's QPR. They play at home to Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth haven't won an away game all season, Martin. Is it the first time Plymouth go and get an away win, or will QPR go and spoil the party again? QPR unbeaten, Martin, beat Hull City last time round. They're taking on a Plymouth side who can't win at home. Away, sorry. That bloody win at home. They've got 6 wins at home this season, Plymouth. They can't win away from home, though. QPR have really picked up, though. This one's a must-win game for both sides, to be fair. It could do wonders for both sides. It'd take Plymouth further away from this relegation zone. For QPR, though, it'd give them 3 more points to put pressure on the ones who were just out the relegation zone. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 QPR win. I think QPR are doing well under the new manager so far. They've really got going now. So, I think they'll be confident in getting the 3 points out of this one. So I'm going to go 2-1 to the home side.
Yeah, I've got to give a massive shout out to Asmir. I thought he was outstanding at the weekend. He was brilliant in goal for them. Not just saying it because I know him, but he sent me the video today for the AB1GK social media page. And on my word, he was in top form. And a lot of the fans said that he put in the best performance he's put in the QPR shirt. They will win this game, and it will make it it's a big week for them because they've got Plymouth Argyle on Wednesday night, and then they play Sheffield Wednesday. I believe it's away on Saturday. So 2 really big games for Martí Cifuentes. He's led his side to 3 consecutive wins. He could make it 4 in a row with a win in this. But yeah, Loftus Road is still not being the greatest for them. They still have the joint worst home record in the Championship. At the moment, they've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 5 at home. Chris Willock, he scored in each of QPR's last 3 games, twice netting the last goal of the game as well. I just see it being a QPR win, Jack, this one. Hot stat for this, there's been a red card in 4 of QPR's 9 league home games this season as well. They'll be hoping for no sendings off in this game, though, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm going to go with a 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. Yeah, QPR.
Asmir, be pleased
with another clean sheet for Asmir.
I believe they were bigging him up, Martin, at the weekend. Asmir Begovic.
He was really good. He played really well.
Reviews, I heard.
Absolutely outstanding, mate. Yeah, he's in really good form. At 36 years old, he's a brilliant goalkeeper. Makes the team of the week as well. So he's a very happy man when I spoke to him earlier.
Yep. The last one, Martin, is the Riverside. Middlesbrough versus Hull City. I mean, a Hull side who lost in their last away game to QPR. Middlesbrough, though, they lost 2-0 against Ipswich in their last home game. So, Philogene, I mean, he came off injured at half-time for Hull. Yeah. Hull have got problems, haven't they, really, with the team selection and that. I mean, they're sticking square pegs in round holes at the minute. Ant says he's obviously got numerous of injuries and that. So, yeah, I mean, Middlesbrough themselves, they've got injuries, and this one could be a tight game between both sides. I mean, it's probably not the 11s they'd want to put out, but it is what it is. Both sides will obviously look to get back to winning ways, though, of course. But for me, I see Middlesbrough edging this one 2-1 at home. I'm going to back the Borough.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just think Hull are due to bounce back in a minute. But Middlesbrough could make it 3 consecutive league victories over Hull City. That would be the first time they've done that in their 102-year history. So it'd be interesting to see. I just think Hull might have a bit too much from them. They obviously need to bounce back. They lost the last 2, Hull City. Am I right in saying that? Lost the last 2 games?
No, they drew. Was it drawn to? I don't know. Yeah, yes, they have.
They,
They lost to Watford, didn't they, before the Middlesbrough game?
yeah, they lost to Watford.
Middlesbrough and hold on, they lost to Watford and QPR for the Middlesbrough
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
they're gonna need to turn it around quickly. They're well in touch with the playoff places, aren't they? And yeah, they still play an injury hit Middlesbrough side though, and even though Philogene may miss it, I think he's out. They were saying that they didn't think he'd play. Latte Lath for Middlesbrough though, he leads the joint way with 2 Middlesbrough players on 4 Championship goals this season. But but 3 of those goals, mate, have all come in defeats. Bless him. So they're relying a little bit on Latte Lath at the moment, I've noticed. So just think that Hull will edge it. I'm going to go 2-1 Hull in this game.
2-1 Hull. Martin,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on, pal. Appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it, mate.
Tell everyone where they can find you, mate.
Yeah, give me a follow over on TikTok at @footballmartin_. Some great content are bashing out on there. Some little championship statistics going out in the next couple of days, and some Saints Todays in 60 seconds. And I might do a Southampton Daily Show tomorrow. It's a new thing I'm looking to launch. And I'm also on YouTube at @footballmartin_. Give me a follow. Always drop me a DM if you're coming down to St Mary's and you want to feature on the matchday vlogs, because I try and create some matchday vlogs like you, Jack. Not quite doing as many as you, but I try my best.
No, appreciate it, Martin. Take care, mate.
Mike, see you Saturday. Mike's just put in the comments, see you Saturday. So look forward to seeing you, Mike.
See you later, Martin. That was Football Martin. Great guest as always, bringing all his stats. Martin, see you Saturday.